Hi guys, so this video I would like to teach you guys how to program, basically, by using this website called Scratch. I would like to show you some basic functions of this website. So basically I can click new project right here. So it shows this sprite 1, which is like cat. You can see here there are two buttons. So this button means zooming in on your program, like this space right here. This is like good for when you're testing. So these are two, and then this one basically is a zoom in for like your program. Then costume is basically like this sprite's costume. So you can see here costume. So there are two costumes, and you can edit it like these functions, and it will appear on the screen right here. So like if you want to draw a cross, then it will appear, and then you can minimize it. You can also erase it like that. But if you would like to undo it, there's a button right here. You can undo and redo. So for the fill, you can manage your colors. And sometimes when you want to like get like this entire thing to move, you sometimes can't just do like, like just move this. Like you can't do that, right? Like it will just like, mess up the thing. But you gotta click this thing right here, then do this. So move the entire thing. Now you can move the cat instead of moving just the leg. For sounds, you can get this sound of a cat meowing. And then you can also add sounds at the bottom here. So like you can choose from these, and then you can try like how they play by. So yeah, here are a few sounds, and you can also edit it. For the first category, it's called motion. You can do 10 steps, and then the cat will move positive 10 steps, which means to the right. But if you want it to move to the left, then you can just simply do negative 10, goes back. But if you want to go like up and down, you can just change Y by 10, and then it goes up, and change Y by negative 10, and it goes down, as you can see. Then you can see like turning the cat. Sometimes I will use this, like glide 1 second to like a random spot. For example, it's like X is -126, so it's imprinted in here. 8, so if I can just right here and press this, then it'll glide to the original position. For looks here, I would say the most important one is probably show and hide. So basically, like show is like here when you can see it, like this button show, so it shows, and when you want to hide, that disappears. And also you can see here like there's a slash over the eye. You can change it here too. Sometimes I will also use switching backdrops, which is also quite important. Like for example, if you do two backdrops, like this field right here, and like this kind of like baseball court or cricket court, whatever it's called. So you can see here backdrops. This is the white one, the original one, and this is the field. So you can see baseball 1 is the backdrop name, but you can change it here. So for example, you want to change it to green court, and it will change. So for example, green court. If you want to change from backdrop 1 to green court, which is just now, then you can just add like a flag here, and then when you press it, it changes. For sound, sometimes I would say I would normally like mostly use play sound this, because like sometimes like when you score, like for my other one I will do later, like there will be a goal cheer, like for a football game, and you might want a goal cheer. You search it up, cheer, So you can get like the sound effects. And then like you can just add it. If you want to stop all the sounds, like after something happens, then you stop it. Then you can also use this function and also like change volume. There are a lot of things to choose from. So events, I mostly use like receiving messages, backdrop switches. So you can as you remember just now, like there's also a backdrop here. But this one is like when like you can see there's a little gap here or like a hole or something, whatever you call it. So this is like when you put it under this. So when backdrop switches to this, let's put this right here. Then you change it. So when backdrop changes to backdrop 1, then it will wait 1 second and change back to baseball 2. Okay, so yes, you can see it right now. It waits 1 second and changes to baseball 2 or court backdrop. And also, when I receive message, I sometimes use this too because like broadcast a message. I can do new message and I can just type in happy. And then when I receive happy, like obviously you will want to broadcast the message happy. So when I receive message happy, then you can kind of like switch backdrop to backdrop 1. So click on this. Actually no, I'm gonna make a flag. When this green flag clicked, then it'll broadcast happy, and when I receive happy, it'll switch backdrop to backdrop 1. Yep, it does. So as you can see, it's quite useful, and you can also use it for other sprites. So like for some games, when you want to create like WASD, like for example, if you want to click W, for example, goes up, S goes down, like the gaming keys, then you might want to do, so when A key pressed, so the key is basically A, then you want this cat right here to move to the left. Just like this, as you can see. So yeah, so wait 1 second, forever and if then. I'm gonna show all these functions and show how they work. As you can see here, wait 1 second is basically telling your program to like stop working for 1 second. When I click it, it's going to switch costume 2, which is this, and then wait 1 second, it switches to costume 1. Forever, on the other hand, is just like doing this thing forever. So you want to do like this. So basically you make your sprite move. You can then add like a key and space key pressed, and you can like just kind of do like a TH1 by 10. So for if then, actually, you can see here it's a hexagon. So for hexagons, you actually kind of have to go to the sensing zone. So you get touching. So if it's touching edge, then you can program it to glide. Basically, you want to do this forever. Hey guys, so let me
So when you press this thing, if touching edge, then like it'll glide to the spot, right? Then you're assuming that when you press the flag, when you're touching the flag, then it's like you might be assuming that when this is pressed, like this button flag right here is pressed, and when it's touching edge, then it will glide to this spot, but actually it won't, because it's only when you press the green flag, then if it's touching the edge, then it'll glide back to that spot. But if it's not, then it will not go back to the spot, as you can see. But if you use forever, which means when you click this, like for forever, like this thing, you can see it lights up in yellow, it keeps happening. So if you do it now, then it goes back to the spot, as you can see.
So this is like a really big tip for operators. You can see there's a plus and minus and times and divide. So you can basically do like a number, like for example 1 plus 1 equals to 2, which the most bar I commonly use is actually and, or, and also equal, and also like these signs, you know, these 3 over here and these 2. Because like mostly I want to like do like, if a variable, I'll show you later, is equal to this and something is equal to this, then something happens, you know, like you can just put this over here and then you can kind of like do a function and then move 10. If variable, we can just basically make a variable, and okay, so we can just basically put these into it. Change xbot by 1, so this basically means changing this number right here by 1. So changes for xbot 1 and 2. So as you can see here, xbot is 2, or basically xbot equals to 2. So as you can see here in our function, if xbot equals to 2, which is right now, and yspot equals to 2, which we will do now, then the cat should move 10 steps. Let's change this to change x by 10. So the cat should probably go forward or go right. When I change y, then it should move 10 steps. Yep, wherever you want it to go, and just do stop the script, and then it will stop. Like for example, it goes here, you press flag, then it goes to this spot. Or if you want it to go slower, you can just do glide. For variables, I could do set my variable, for example, xbot to 0, and I press it. Like if I press this, xbot will go to 0. For example, it goes to 0. So this controls what this number is, like set this. And then change is like for just now, like it changes by however you want it to be, like for example 4, and changes xbot to 4, you know. Show and hide I sometimes use, but you can basically just unclick these. But just so you guys know, like I can just hide it, so this thing right here should hide. And then it shows. Hide, show. Actually, if you guys notice, like when I press the hide, this like the click is like gone. So when it shows, as you can see the click here, it shows 2. So basically you can just unclick it and it'll just disappear. So yeah. And also if you wanna disappear this, you don't have to like hide variable y. You can, but like you don't have to. Like, you can just hide it, and then you can just basically control the show of it here. So this is the main function. Make a list is like.
I'm not really familiar with make a list. Hi, I wonder what it does. Oh, that's a lot. Wait, hold on. Delete one. Wait, this is really kind of cool. I don't really know what it does, but let's see. Delete 4 of hi. Does it delete the sentence? No, it does. No way. I think it just learned something, guys. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, so I guess we saw it. Hi. Delete.
Now, the final one is make a block. I had always wanted to make blocks and use it. So, for example, like this. Yeet. Find yeet. And yeet. So, like when I use this block, it does all these functions, and I can just use one block, because this one block means these. So, switch backcharge to baseball 2, and then switch, wait 1 second. So basically when I click this, it does yeet, which changes, and then plays the sound meow. I would say that's it for this program, like this website. This app's quite useful, and I say it's pretty good for beginner programmers like me. Try it out, guys.